back to the Reality Check video review. Yeah. So basically, I wanted to do a quick video with photogrammetry, and I'm going to use this little tiny sculpture. What it is it's a little rooster. It's a rooster done with, of course, the nice little Russian artwork there. This is a very, very popular artwork style in Russia. Of course, it comes off there, and we keep sugar in here. So this is what we use for, sugar when we're, making coffee and different things. Anyway, what I wanted to do was I'm going to take pictures of this guy all around, from different angles. I'm going to take pictures from low, I'm going to take pictures from high, I'm going to take them from all different angles of this thing, right? And then I'm going to take those pictures, I'm going to put them into the computer program, and I'm going to try two different programs. I'm going to try Autodesk Remake, which is supposed to be a really good program. And then after I try Autodesk Remake, I'm going to try another program called, that's right, the one I used to use before, Agisoft PhotoScan. So we're going to use Agisoft PhotoScan, Autodesk Remake, and we're going to use the same photos in each one and then check out the models to see kind of how they compare. And of course, if you're interested in this stuff, there's free trials for both of those programs, so you can definitely, anybody can go online and download the stuff. Anybody with a camera, whether you're using even a cell phone camera, you can do this stuff. It's really, really cool. So I highly recommend you check it out if it looks interesting to you, and hopefully this video helps. So here we go. Okay, next I'm going to upload the photos onto my computer and take a look at any blurry ones. If there's blurry ones or ones that, are not centered properly or where maybe the image is cut off, I'm going to get rid of those. I don't want to keep any blurry photos or any photos that don't center my image properly. So we're going to just go ahead and go through the images and make sure they're all good. The more photos that you take, the more the program has to work with, so that's just better. Especially if you're going to be taking pictures of things that you don't live near, make sure you take lots and lots and lots of photos of them just in case you miss some. It's really terrible when you just take one photo from one side and that photo turns out to be blurry and you can't make a model of that. So make sure you take several photos all the way around. Okay, so for the starters, I'm going to jump into Autodesk Remake and I'm going to take these 80 photos that I have and we're going to try them in there. As you can see, right here, if I bring this screen over, I tried this before just with a few photos of Heartman. I took just a few photos of him and just in one direction just to see what I could do with it. And yeah, so there you go. So here was my Heartman when I did that. As you can see, he does not have back to him, but that's because I didn't take photos of him from behind. I just literally took photos from the front area and from the side a little bit and just to see what it would do, and that's what I got from it. So that was my very first quick test with this program, and I haven't done anything else with this program since then. So let's go ahead and create a model. So first thing you do once you get this software is it starts up and it says right up here at the top, create 3D. I mean, how much easier could it get? Put photos. So you click it. All right, photos. Offline or online. So basically you can use your computer to create this model, or you can try to send it to an online cloud, which will then use their cloud software to render it and then send it back to you. I've actually done both, and in the past I found that doing it offline using my own computer's hardware system is going to be faster for me. 80 photos, ooh, it's going to be a little bit more than I used last time, but I'm still going to try it. I'm still going to try it offline. So all right, I'm going to hit offline, click anywhere to browse for files or folders, and I'm going to click add folder or add photos. Here we go. I'm going to take all of these photos, and like I said, I've already gone through these photos to make sure I don't have any blurry photos or photos I just don't like, don't accept. So 81 out of 81 photos selected. All right, this process may take a while. Okay, yeah. Generating model 1%. Still says 1%. You think this would be faster if I did it online? I'm gonna go ahead and redo this one. I'm gonna send this one online. Enter your model name. So down here it shows you that it's uploading those photos. While those photos upload in this program, I'm going to go ahead and jump into Agisoft. That way we can do both at the same time. With this program, we start with Workflow, and I click on Add Folder, probably because, we've already got a folder ready to go. I'm going to go into Desktop and click on that rooster model folder. We're going to hit Select Folder. It's going to say Create Camera from each file, create multi-frame cameras from folders as okay, no. I'm going to, okay, so what it does is it just adds all the photos there. Once I add all the photos, I have to align the photos, right? So we kind of do process after process. Over there in Remake, it's kind of doing everything at once, and then of course you can edit it later. This one has a different workflow where you can kind of optimize it through each step, so you can specifically do different things. Anyways, align photos, the first thing we'll hit. Accuracy, we want it to be highest, high, medium. I really do want it to be as high as possible. I wonder how much longer that will take as opposed to the other ones. So here we go. Okay, so in the meantime, I'm going to show you guys a few things. That's right, you can photogrammetry your friends. You can't really tell this, but this is one of the venues that I worked with my buddy Dennis for live events in Missouri, and I just snapped a couple shots of the work desk, and it doesn't look good at all, but you can kind of you can somewhat see what was going on there. Ah, this is right, the very first one I ever did, the very first thing I ever did with Agisoft was I attempted to take some pictures around my apartment. This is the old apartment that I used to live in. Boom. So yeah, there it is. And it's just kind of that little desk area right there that I used to have. So, wow. I can see my DK2 right there. My DK2 is sitting there on the thing. I've got my webcam. It looks like my webcam is there, and oh gosh, I've got my mic stand sitting up on the table. That was super annoying. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that for so long. Oh wow. And there's the Gear VR right there. And I used to sit there and have to work on cardboard boxes. My desk used to literally be on cardboard boxes, and you can actually see it there in my apartment. What I would do is I would just put blankets over the cardboard boxes, and I would just use that as a desk. Same with the TV and pretty much all my furniture. It was cardboard boxes. Thanks USPS Priority Mail. Appreciate it. Do things properly. Oh, a tiled mode? What? What? Wait a second, I didn't even know this mode existed. Oh my gosh, we just got teleported in there, guys. I can't believe that. That was awesome. So you can see parts of my stuff. You can definitely see the DK2 now. You can see the writing on here. It says chef salad with creamy Italian chicken wings, boneless. And my phone right there. That's insane. That's crazy. I really can't believe it's got all that stuff. This was taken pretty much right before I left this area. Yeah, and this light used to really annoy the crap out of me. So what I would do is I would put this little cloth over the light right there, and that would help me avoid that. So that's amazing. I'm genuinely can't wait to do some more of this stuff. I didn't realize it did this. Alright, next is the whole room, huh? Next is the whole room. Okay, next I'm doing my room. Simple as that. Alright, gonna close out of that. Alright, we've wasted too much time. Alright, so here we go. Back to the important stuff, right? So here's our point cloud. Let's go ahead and spin everything. So the first thing you're going to notice is this big old cloud that we've got going around. This big, huge circular cloud. What that is as you can see right there in the middle, is basically it's our model, and all these little points are, or all these little spots is where our camera was when it took these photos. So I was standing there when I took that photo, and here and here. So it knows physically where I was in this 3D space, or at least it can guess pretty well. So what I want to do now is I want to make sure that I just actually specifically get my clouds. So here we go. Okay, so as you can see, I basically just cleaned up all the little areas that were around there that had some little pixels, kind of like, there's a little pixel up there. Clearly that's not a part of the model. There's going to be a lot that I didn't get, and I'm not really too worried about it right now. It's not about being perfect for me at the moment. I just want to get the basics of it down. So anyway, now I'll go back to my workflow, and I'm going to click on build a dense cloud. That's right, build a dense cloud, because I want them to build a lot more. We need a lot more pixels in there. We're going to say ultra high, advanced, deep filtering. Let's be aggressive. Let's be moderate. Let's be moderate. Let's be moderate, guys. We'll be moderate. All right. All right. It says we got 5 minutes left, so I will see you again in 5 minutes. Okay. Now the next step we have here, after it's done, is to go right back into Workflow, and we're going to build a mesh. Into Workflow, I'm sorry, and then click on Build Texture. Casper's sleeping over there. He just passed out. Totally passed out. And after this has been built, actually, you know, it's going to be, it looks like an hour or so before this guy's done over here. So I'll probably just start recording here as soon as that stuff gets done. So I'll see you here in a little bit. Later. So here's what this video looks like before it's edited, right? Okay, so this is the next day, obviously, and we're jumping right back in. I had to, of course, finish a lot of other projects yesterday. So anyways, I wanted to finish this video today. Basically, what we're doing in this video is we're taking photos of a model, photos of something that, we like, something that we care about, and we're being able to take that into a program, Photogrammetry program. We're using, of course, Agisoft PhotoScan and Remake, and through that we're able to, captivate and keep these things through photos and turn them into 3D models that not only have textures but are tiled. We can use these things in programs such as Unity or Unreal. You can use these things for your game assets. You can actually do all kinds of, let me take these off. So you can actually create all kinds of different things with these. But the most awesome part is that you can also export them as OBJ files, and you can 3D print them. So we're gonna show that as well, as you might have already seen just a little bit. So here are the final versions that I have right here. One thing I did do that you didn't see was I did go into my tools and I did optimize the cameras, and I did do some optimization. Of course, now that we've got everything built, we have a tiled model, and of course we have just a normal textured model. I think the textured model looks a little better. The one from PhotoScan did a little bit better job on the tail of the model than the other Remake did, but I'd say both of them did a great job as far as actually getting the model there, and you can see even the shine quality when I zoom into it like that. Of course, I can click on the different pieces here so I can see what the model actually looks like, and you can kind of see it's kind of messy there on the bottom. Where it's darker, definitely the darker areas causes more of the mess. So the better lit your object is, the better it's going to be for you. So okay, anyways, I'm going to jump out of this. Okay, and so here's the model from Remake, and I've actually done a little bit of touch up to it. I've gone over here into my editing settings and I've sliced it a little bit to get rid of the bottom of it, and as you can see right here, we've got the model, and there it is. The bottom of it is a little bit messed up as far as the tail area. It did not turn out nearly as well as it did in the PhotoScan, and I think that has to do with the simple fact that when you're dealing with Agisoft PhotoScan, you're actually able to, as we showed very briefly, we were able to go in there and delete characters that we knew didn't need to be there. So when we were going around, we were kind of just deleting the things that didn't need to didn't belong. That helps you get rid of those kind of problems. So over here in Remake, we've got a little bit of those issues, but I'd say overall the model where it was lit, where it was lit nicely, turned out beautifully. So in the future, we're just going to want to make sure to light up all the areas, especially the little underhangs and overhangs. That way they're all properly done. Anyway, this is just really, really cool to be able to hold this up and show you guys. Here is the model right there. Oh yeah. So wait. Say hello to your little friend. Say hello to you. Okay, so we're not doing any of that stuff. We're not doing any of that. All right, and whether you're using PhotoScan or Remake, you can do the same thing in both, which is, of course, save it. So we're going to export it not as a video, but not as an image, but as a model, right? So we can export it as all kinds of different things, FBX, OBJ. FBXs go right into Unity, nice and easy. So anyway, I'm going to export this one as an STL because I plan on 3D printing it, right? So STL files are perfect for printing. I'm going to say high quality, and I'll export it. We'll call it Rooster Online. We've already done this before. I'll save it to the desktop very quickly. Next, we'll open up the 3D printing software, Cura. We've got that open here. We're going to load the model. And of course, if I load this model, there it is in the software. We'll go ahead and scale it up here a little bit. All right, that's about the right size. you're going to notice one thing. So here the model's there. There we go. This is the model that we've taken photos of. You know, hey, I would say it looks pretty darn close to this thing right here. But it's really, as you can see, it's kind of messy, and there's little, you know, there's little pieces everywhere. It's not going to look very pretty. It's not going to be a beautiful object when we print this thing out, because 3D printing is very accurate. It'll actually print all these little problems in there. So you know, everything that you see that's kind of bumpy and stuff, it's going to try to print all that. So every time you see these things, you're going to want to try to clean that up. So the best way to clean your model up is to use, you know, another program. And of course, I've got Autodesk Meshmixer, which is a free program, and I'm going to import my STL file in there. So as soon as we import this in there, we're going to see right away, boom, there we go. We've got the file, and you can do this in several different programs, even ZBrush. ZBrush is a great program to use if you want to clean up your files. So after we've got this, I'm going to go over here into Edit, and actually, I'm sorry. I'm going to go into Sculpt. Now in the Sculpt tool, you have several different options. Of course, you can choose between all these different choices right here. We can do anything that we want. We can bubble smooth it, shrink smooth it. I'm going to just robust smooth, just try to flatten things out. I'm not going to try to shrink or blow things up, but you're going to see instant transformation. So, and you can change your strength and your size, but just kind of watch here as I kind of just dance over this area here, and you're going to see it just smooth and right up. So yeah, as I just hold down, and we can, of course, like I said, change all the things, the strength and everything about that, but we're just going to try to just make this thing look, you know, transforming in between, you know, in front of our eyes. And of course, you know, what you see here is what's going to print. Remember that. So, and not only that, but like I said, we can use this file for not just this, but we can use this file for games, for all kinds of different things that we want to do digitally. Even if you want to sit there and use it just for photos, you can sit there and use it for that. But we're going to sit there and just smooth the heck out of this guy to make it print the best that we can. And of course, later, if you want to go in and you want to make certain indentations or add certain features, you've got all these sculpting tools that you can use to do that. So there we go. I just want you guys to see kind of how quickly you can take a model and effortlessly, you know, take it, throw some photos of it, throw them together, click a few buttons, you know, use a few different programs, all free, you know, so far. Of course, there are pro versions of these things as well, but you can do the trials just to test it out. So we're just going to smooth out the handle there and just smooth everything. So once we get done with this, you know, you can kind of tell already, you know, so I've smoothed a little bit of the top, and the bottom, you know, hasn't even gotten touched yet really. But, you know, you can just so quickly smooth out those areas. Okay, so there we go. This one is much better. It's more refined now. It's much smoother. The bottom still needs to be taken care of, but you can see basically it's much smoother. This is something we can actually save and print now. Yeah, I printed actually a few different ways. So the first time I printed it just a little bit small, just because I wanted to make sure that I could actually get the overhangs without having to print any supports. And yes, it printed just fine without any supports. So this is the model right there. And wow, it's super cool. I mean, it's just, if you painted it, you'd be able to, you know, have a very similar thing. And of course, this one is solid. It is a solid guy, so you know, it's weighty, It's got some weight to it. I also decided, hey, since I'm using the MOARstruder on the LulzBot, I'm using the LulzBot Taz 6, right? I'm using the MOARstruder on there, and it's got a spiral mode that prints nice and thick walls. So I tried to print it in spiral mode just to see what it would do, and hey, it worked. I actually printed it to scale in spiral mode, and this one's, the top, of course, does not work right, because spiral mode, just so you know, is supposed to print bowls or vases, anything with an open top. Anyways, this does not have an open top, and it still surprisingly printed that little top piece. I couldn't believe that it made it on there, but this thing's hollow, so. And of course, anywhere where you see imperfections, it's actually not a problem of the printer. It's because the model itself, you know, the actual piece has underhangs. And if there's an underhang, you can't print an underhang in vase mode, just so you guys know. This took me 30 minutes to print right here. 30 minutes to print a full-size scale replica of the rooster. So I thought that was pretty awesome, pretty amazing. This is freaking nuts right there. I just took photos of a freaking sculpture of a rooster and I printed it out at full scale. You know, not only can I do it in vase mode really quickly, but I can also do it in full solid mode as well. So I can't wait to just, you know, take some pictures of even cooler things and to test this out. So anyway, I really do hope this video is somewhat interesting for you guys. I know that it can be kind of long. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up right now. I need to end it, but hey, if you guys are interested in this stuff, please keep checking it out. I'm going to be continually putting out more and more videos with 3D printers, drones, and virtual reality. Of course, I want to do development videos. It's time. I'm working as well at my day job, which has nothing to do with this stuff, sadly. But the best thing is, you know, I do have a Patreon. And different ways that you can get a hold of me and help support if you guys are interested. So anyways, I do really appreciate you guys watching this, and I will see you in the next video. Later.